Hey everyone, it's Mary Beth from MB Gray Designs. So I thought that I would do a mini series on beginning crocheting. As you all know, I do paper crafting, but I do a lot of crocheting as well. And my name is MB Gray Designs. I design a lot of my crochet pieces, most of them actually. I thought what I would do is a quick series on how to get started. So the first thing is obviously you're going to need a hook. There's a lot of different sizes. For this one, I'm just going to be using I was going to use that hook, but I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go ahead and use an eye hook. It is 5.5 millimeters. So we're going to start with a slip knot. So the first thing you want to do, I am actually using a worsted weight 4, medium weight 4. The suggested hook is 5 millimeters, but I'm using a 5.5. That's totally fine. And this yarn has 595 yards in it. I believe it's called Pat a Cake. It's Caron Jumbo Baby, and I took it out of the label, but it looks like this. It kind of has a really pretty light blue, a light gray, a dark gray, and a white. So that's the yarn I'll be using, but any 4-ply yarn is fine for what we're doing. Okay, so what you want to do, the end of your yarn, you want to first create a slip knot. And the way that there's tons of videos out there, but the way that I do it is I just take the yarn, here's the end of the yarn, you wrap it around so that you have a larger loop right here. You pull that loop off your fingers, and on your other hand, for me it's my right hand, I put my 2 fingers through, and it's the tail that I want to grab onto. I grab the tail and I pull it up, and I've got a loop. And then what you want to do is you take your hook, you put it in the loop, and you pull on that tail to tighten it up onto your hook. Do not pull it so that it's super tight on your hook. You don't want your tension that tight. I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try to show you, but see there's a little bit of room between my hook and where the slip knot ends. Okay? So that's a slip knot. That's basically how you would start your projects. Again, there are a lot of videos out there, so feel free to watch whatever and maybe learn that way. Okay, so the way I hold my yarn, again, it's really a personal choice, whatever's comfortable for you. And if you're gonna start crocheting, you'll get comfortable with what works for you. The way I do it is I put my pinky in and then over my forefinger. So pinky under, flip my hand, and over my forefinger. That is how I hold my yarn, okay? And then I use my thumb and my middle finger to kind of grab onto my hook like that, just as a place to hold. So the first stitch we're gonna learn is a chain stitch. There are quite a few stitches in crochet, but once you learn the basic stitches, it's just a matter of how you put those together to create something beautiful. So there's a chain, and then there's a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, triple crochet, and there's a lot of other ones too, but those are some really basic ones that if you put them together, you can make something really beautiful. So to do a chain, you have your slip knot on your crochet hook, and there's your yarn. You're gonna take your crochet hook, go underneath your yarn, pull it up like that, and you're gonna pull what's on the hook through, in this case, your slip knot, and that's one chain. You'll do it again, go under, oops, grab it on your hook, pull through the loop, that's 2. Pull through the loop, that's 3. As you go along, it's sometimes easier to move your thumb and middle finger up to hold your work. So again, take your hook, go underneath your yarn, hook it onto your hook, and pull through the loop. Okay, so that is what a chain is. Okay, so the next stitch we're gonna do is a single crochet. All right, so now we have just a little teeny row of chains. What we want to do is take our hook, okay, and the the loop on your hook never counts. You want to go to the next loop. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick your hook through this loop, which is the chain, and pull the yarn through the loop and pull up. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. You yarn over. That's what we call yarn over, when you go underneath and pull it up on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. That is a single crochet. I'll show you again. So you go through, it's like a V. You go through that top loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, so you have 2, yarn over and pull through both loops. So again, it's like a V, go into the top loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through 2. Go through both that are on your hook. Okay? So that is a single crochet. I gotta put my elbows down because my back's killing me. Sorry. So let me just finish up. Go down, pull up, yarn over, pull through both. Pull through both. It's really simple. And when I learned how to crochet when I was a little girl. My mom always crocheted. I would just chain, and then, I learned how to do single crochet. And it's just practice, You get better with practice. And you get way more comfortable with it as well. Okay? All right, so the next stitch we're going to do is a half double crochet. Let me just finish up this little tiny row of single crochets. So I'm at the end of my row. Typically, and a pattern will tell you, you either chain 1 and turn your work, chain 2, turn your work, chain 3, turn. Depends on what you're making and what you're doing and what the pattern says, if you follow patterns. I'm kind of a rebel. I don't follow patterns, but don't listen to me. So what you want to do, we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to turn our work, and I'm going to show you how to do a half double crochet. So remember how to chain is you yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. That's a chain. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just turning, let me show you. I'm just taking my work and moving it over. I'm turning it over, okay? Turning it around, turn your work. So my chain 1 is over here. I'm going to move to the next stitch, which was my single crochet. I'm going to yarn over first because I'm doing a half double crochet, not a double, but a half double. Yarn over. I'm going to go through, again, it's like a V, but I'm going to go through the first, it's like the top 2, which is like forms a V. Let me get this out of the way and show you again. So here I am. We just chained 1 and turned our work. Okay, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go through this first stitch, the top of the first stitch. I'm going to pull my yarn up. Notice I have 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to pull through all 3. Sorry about that, I kind of screwed up. We'll do another one. Okay, the next one, yarn over, go through your stitch, yarn over, pull up your loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, yarn over, go through the next loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and go through all 3. And that is what we call a half double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the end of my row here. And when I get to the end, we're going to actually chain 2 and we're going to turn our work. And I'm going to show you how to make a double crochet. So I'm just going to go to the end. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got to the end of the row with our half double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, so yarn over, pull through your loop, yarn over, pull through your loop. I'm going to turn my work, and now I'm going to show you how to do a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over just like we did with the half double crochet. We're going to go through our first stitch, and what I want to show you before we do that, just because I don't know if I showed you clearly last time, but there are okay, there are little V's is the top of your stitch. So you want to go through that. So you yarn over, go through so that the V is on top of your hook. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. The difference between the half double crochet and the double crochet is what I'm about to show you. In the half double crochet, we would yarn over and pull through all 3. In the double, we're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2, and then you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the next 2. So I'll do it again. That's a double crochet. Yarn over, go through your next stitch, yarn over, pull up your loop. You got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2. That's a double crochet. Yarn over, go through your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And that is a double crochet. So I will double crochet to the end of this row, and then in this case, we're going to move on to what we call a triple crochet. It's also called a treble crochet, in case you ever see it in a pattern or anything. A treble and a triple are the same thing. And I want to mention that I'm using US terms, not UK and Australian terms, because they are slightly different. So this is US terms. Just grabbing some more yarn, almost to the end. It's a good idea to keep count of how many, if you're really doing a pattern, how many stitches your row is, so that you know when you're at the end, because sometimes that gets a little tricky, and with practice you get better at that without having to count. Okay, so that's what our little piece of work looks like right now. All right, so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn our work. I gotta grab more yarn. I'm having a yarn issue because I'm not pulling it from the right side of the skein. What a pain, but I will deal with it. Okay, so now for a triple or treble crochet, it's just like a double, except you yarn over twice in the beginning instead of once. You go into your stitch, you pull up a loop, and you'll have 4 instead of 3 on your hook. So you yarn over and you go through the first 2. Now you have 3 on your hook. You yarn over, you go through the next 2. Now you have 2 on your hook. Yarn over and you go through the last 2. That's a triple crochet or treble. It's very easy. If you can do the double, you can do the triple. So you yarn over twice rather than once. You go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops. God, I keep going off camera. 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through the next 2. Yarn over, go through the next 2. So you do that 3 times. And that's why it's called a treble. And as you can see, the treble is longer than what the double is. So we did a chain, we did a single, we did a double, and now we did the treble. Okay, so those are some very basic crochet stitches that I wanted to share with you. I really want to do a video, we can always do a video on tying off and weaving in our ends with a yarn needle. That's very simple as well. Sometimes with practice, just do rows until you feel comfortable. The virus shawl, I do want to do a tutorial on that if anyone is interested. It's very simple, but it's a lot of fun. It uses it uses a lot of double crochets and chains throughout, and you increase, and it turns out to be really beautiful. But it's a lot of repeat work, so it's really simple. Once you get it down, you could just relax, watch TV, and do it. It's kind of mindless, but it is beautiful. So if you're interested, let me know, and I will do a tutorial on the virus shawl. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick beginner crochet tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.